Hey folks, and welcome to episode 6 of Anita Vision, Anita TV, Piss TV, I don't really know. But thank you for tuning in. There is no Get Ready With Me this week, but we are looking at the creative projects that I've got on the go at the moment to build up into one of those fabulous looks. The first outfit that I'm redoing in this creative project is this blue one. I affectionately call this the blue outfit. It's a very imaginative title. This outfit was inspired by a Balenciaga look that I saw Kim Kardashian wearing at a Vanity Fair after party. I've got a feeling it was an Oscars after party. This look was made by Marmalade, who is a fantastic seamstress. She was on season 6 of RuPaul's Drag Race UK. And I've had this piece for years. I wanted to do something to update the look, but also to make it a bit more draggy. It needed some accessories, it needed some good styling. So I've decided to make a Tulle Boa. I also think this look really needs a mask or a hat of some kind, headpiece. I wanted to make it a bit more fashion. This is an outfit that I have worn many times. I love wearing it. It always gets a good reaction from the audience, and so yeah, I have worn this a fair few times. To make the hooped ends of the Tulle Boa, I'm using these polystyrene hoops. Now I've ordered them off the internet and there's some cracks in them from the damage from the postage, I assume. I'm going in with my hot glue first of all, just to secure those bits. It won't matter too much because what I'll be doing is covering them in blue ribbon. The blue matches the outfit that I've got. This is Milo. And then this gives me something to hold on to the boa as well. So all those little imperfections will be hidden once you finish wrapping the ribbon around. Okay, so one of my projects at the moment is making a Tulle Boa out of these I think it's 100 yards of tulle on each roll. It's tulle, it's like this sort of netted fabric, and I'm going to be making a big blue boa out of this. The technique I'm using is actually a non-sew method. So you basically take chunks of the material, you turn them into little bows, string them all together, and then you snip the bow bit, and it flares out to make a lovely boa. This is me wrapping the tulle round. I'm using a book. It was just the right sort of size for me. So you wrap it round however many times you need in order to make the right size of boa. And then each of those sort of sections becomes a bow in and of itself, which you tie together with a bit of spare tulle. I started off with 6 rolls, 6 100-yard rolls, so you can see how many bows I've made there. And after a few more rolls, my pile of blue bows has increased. These then all need to be attached to the ribbon, which I'm using to keep everything held together, and you can see here. Then once you've got them all tied together, you can start to cut each side of the bow, and in doing so you expose all the inner layers of tulle, which is what creates the boa effect. This is the finished boa. It's got these handles. I'm really happy with how this turned out. The tulle just gives a great effect. The next thing I needed to make was the mask, or the headpiece. I started out by drawing the shape of the mask, and then I twirled some wire together in order to keep a basic shape. I then went round the wire with electrical tape to secure that in place. Guys, you're so in the way. I wrapped the ribbon round the wire to create a covering for it, and used hot glue to keep this in place. For the mask come hat, I was really inspired by Philip Treacy. I'm a big fan of his work anyway, and I really wanted to create something that was sort of spindly and sort of evil looking, sort of sinister looking, but that was then encrusted almost with rhinestones, like. My next step was to add a tool to the middle part so that I could then put rhinestones on it. I knew this was going to be really difficult. I wasn't exactly sure how to attach it, whether I should make sort of a template of the same shape as the inside of the mask. I decided to go with hot glue around the edge and just sticking it in place. I then began the absolutely mammoth task of rhinestoning this thing. I think I must have spent a good week at least trying to rhinestone this. Once I was about halfway through the rhinestoning, I did decide that something else was needed. It was lacking in some way, so I had found these feathers that I bought and decided to attach them around the edge. There was a few bits of inspiration of Philip Treacy's own work in which he'd used feathers like this. Projects like this do end up becoming a labour of love because they take a long time. They take a lot of money sometimes to be able to afford all the individual parts. I really appreciate it whenever anybody takes any interest in my work because I have spent a long time putting them together, and that's just physically creating the objects and not the time that it creates to imagine them and to sort of realise them in your imagination as well. I decided to add some feathers across the bottom of the mask, but when I did this and I tried it on, obviously it covers your mouth, and especially in drag I want my mouth to be visible in case I'm lip syncing for any reason. I actually decided to create a removable section at the bottom of the mask where I could have those feathers in if I wanted them, but also remove them if I wanted to do that too. This is the finished headpiece. And it would go on like this. I bend down so you can see this is the extra bit that fits in. You can see some magnets, and they just clip on. You've got these feathers at the bottom as well, which can be removed fairly easily if I need to see my mouth for lip syncing. Okay. So I'm really happy with both of these. I think they're going to make really great additions to the outfit, and I can't wait to photograph it actually. I've got some really interesting ideas about how I want to display the look. Thank you for watching. Do you have any suggestions for creative projects that I could do next? Please remember to subscribe, comment and like. It all helps me build my channel. Click on the bell wherever that may be. And you can also follow me at all the usual places, TikTok, Instagram, etc. at Headpiece.